Hi, good morning. I'm Elma Liza Ramento Reyes, a Seventh-day Adventist Reform Movement. My channel of this YouTube is about the religion of Seventh-day Adventist Reform Movement, and I am a OFW. It means SDARM means Seventh-day Adventist Reform Movement, and OFW is Overseas Filipino Worker. So I'm raising my flag. So the topic is raise your flag and prove it. So I'm a Filipina, the symbol of a sun with a 3 stars, with a symbol of Orion's belt gate, the 3 stars, right? And every flag has symbol and meaning. So I'm just saying this about my story to my Facebook, that I will also show it again and post, because my personal, they say that mind your own business. So I create it, so I will prove it. So raise your flag, your banner, bandila ng Pilipinas. I can speak English and Tagalog. That's my own, that's why I was born in Philippines. I know Tagalog. Alam ko ang Tagalog na makapagsalita ako ng wikang pambansa, and I know also to speak English. And prove your light. So, the sun will give light, right? So, yung sun, yung araw ay nakakapagbigay siya ng vitamin. Ano ang binibigay niya? Vitamin D, o maganda sa ating balat, sa skin. Pero pag too much na, kaya may limit. Kaya meron yung sinasabing may oras. Pag mag-exercise ka, kailangan pag umaga, di ba? Yan ang kailangan. Kasi pag nag-lack or you are lack of sun already, what will happen? Your skin will become yellowish or your bone will not be strong. So we need sunlight, right? So kailangan natin kaya nga yung mga infant, nilalagay nila pag yung mga bagong panganak, kailangan ang sun pag yung early morning, right? Pinapainit nila yan, yung pinapaarawan nila yan. So, prove your soul. Is it the moon can produce salt? Only the sun can make you sweat. So we are now showing and discussing about the one who will be choose, the sun woman on the moon. So prove it to the prophecy that there is a person has identity that will be barcode during now COVID-19. So i-prove mo yung dialect mo, i-prove mo your documents mo to be barcode and to be shown to the seer, right? Yung nakapredict na sabi doon sa prophecy. So in other words, marami yung nagpapanggap na I will be the one to take the position, I will be the one to show the banner. So prove it, their banner, right? So every now is, and then prove it that you can raise your flag, prove your light, and prove your soul, and prove it that you are really servant. OFW, it means yung talagang maid is meanings dalaga o single, pero yung nasabi, it was written in the prophecy in Revelation 12 verse 1, it says that there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun. So this one, you know the meaning, right? So those are really English, they know the meaning of a sun, the symbol of a sun, and the moon under her feet. And I have a passport, really, that I went to the moon, Brazil. So one passport in 42 months, only this one. This was, I am a Filipina with a birth certificate. To issue a passport, must have first birth certificate. To know that you are legal with a tax, that you have a father and mother from Philippines. Even you go to other country already, you have a passport to prove that you have a birth certificate first, and they will make a passport. So they will know your surname when you are still single, and then when you get married, the status. But the mystery is I'm still Miss Elma Liza Ramento Reyes because of the baptism. So those Seventh-day Adventist Reform Movement is done. Prove it that they are member, or they are with a signature of a minister or a pastor. Okay, so now is the time of barcoding, and there is two kinds of John in the Bible. The John that has identity, and the other one, John, that there is no identity, unidentified, cannot be searched. There is no face to show during COVID-19, and there is no documents to show. So there's only two battles of Armageddon. Armageddon is like the battles of between good and evil. Satan act to be a light also from the east, but when it comes already the duration of how many years already, then Jesus Christ is a real, uh, really has a light, means the volume of light, means if there has a volume really, there is a history that they know the Ten Commandments, right? So do you think the Roman Catholic will be the one to show the light? They break the Sabbath, right? So who will stand that really a son, a woman, Sunday from the Sunday blue laws that can show a Saturday? And I can prove it. I'm using a Bible. And I know the from Genesis to Exodus, the 66 books of the Bible compiled in one book. I'm using King James Version. So those really has Facebook to be barcode during now COVID-19, especially now here in Singapore is very strict country. Every time they want to be the phone to be barcode, right? So they will barcode or your work permit. So this is my own personal, so mind your own business. So I will prove it only because I want to have my souvenir in my Facebook, Elma Liza Ramento Reyes. I'm showing my passport in my profile, my own passport, because I want to be real that it's my own, because others they are pretending that this is my Facebook. Now they can, if I will send money, I can prove it, and they will scan also to the, especially I'm sending money sometimes to my sister in Philippines, Liza Ramento Sindak, because of COVID-19, they are affected. So if I send money, they want to check every time to the phone, the contact details, the contact number, and the real name of the person, the one who sent and the one who will receive the money, and then Facebook identity. So it's good for us also. Those are really Seventh-day Adventist Reform Movement. Those are member either in America or in Asia, to be sure that whatever their flag, but there is the one chosen to speak as a servant, to be a light of the world, right? So I'm a Filipina. This is my real flag, and I have my own passport, personal. Mind your own business. So prove it to the public. So prove your light. So I'm showing I'm from the light of the Sunday blue laws, but I know the Saturday. So because of the Ten Commandments, Exodus 20 verse 8 to Exodus 20 verse 3 to 17. So I know that, but the main is the Saturday. I'm a Saturday keeper, so I know the law of the Saturday, Sabbath. So I rest, my off is Saturday. That's my contract here in Singapore. So now is prove your soul. So if you are really from the sun, you can also produce sweat, right? Because the sweat can produce salt. So you are the light and a salt of the world. So that is, you can read that one in Matthew 5 verse 13 to 17. And if you want to show also that you are a servant as a OFW, then read also in Psalms 119 verse 135, and in Matthew 25 verse 1 to 13. There are two kinds of virgins. They're saying this, they are single, right? So the other one is foolish, the other one is wise. The other one, they want to go and also to attend bridegroom, the feast, the wedding. But the other one, they also attire, look nice, the same, the virgins, the 10 virgins, right? So the 5 virgins are wise, the 5 virgins are foolish. So when already night, the feast, that party is during the night, so they need a light, the light, as we will read here in Matthew, so that Matthew 25, open the Bible. Those really, they have religion, they're saying, oh, that's my Facebook, then prove it. The religion has a Bible, then prove it if really they have the word of God. So now it's Matthew 25 verse so if you have a business about religion, prove it to your Facebook and to your YouTube, and they know your email. So now is my email here is Elma Liza Ramento Reyes Elma Liza Ramento Reyes, phl8gmail.com, and I have my passport to prove to be barcode. I was OFW in Brazil last time, and I'm now in Singapore, but I was born in Philippines. So now I will read in Matthew 25, verse 1 to 13. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom, and 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at the midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, and ye out of meet him. Go out and out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil. They are begging, right? Those don't have oil. For our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. So there's a time, And afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily, I say unto you, I know you not. What therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. So here is for the kingdom of heaven is a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. So there are servants that can shine to the world, and there's also servant that cannot shine. So I already proved to the Bible, those really Christians, they're saying that are Christ-like character, or they have a religion about knowing the Bible. Open Matthew 25 verse 1 to 13 about the 10 virgins, about the 5 wise virgin and the 5 foolish virgins. So that is already the parable of the 10 virgins. Now, how about the servant to be a light? So prove it in Psalms 119 verse it says here is 135. Okay, read with me, not only listening. So because others people, if they go to the church, right, they just only listen, but they don't have Bible is already it's like an army, not only going to battle without anything to take, without gun and bullet, right? Because Bible now is those Christians, prove it that you have also your own it's like you are army, you have a uniform, but you don't have also a gun. How if you go and to be trained as an army, you know how to use the gun and bullets, right? Those the army soldier or the police. But to the Christian also is you know how to open the Bible. Those really, then I will ask those are going to the church, do they know how to read the Bible, and do they know how to explain it? So they know how to read the Genesis to Revelation. So those Christians really must have a Bible to read, and they believe it, because that is the belief of Christians, to use the Bible. So now is read in Psalms 119 verse 135. Make thy face to shine. Okay, shine thy servant and teach me this day. So it shines. So prove it that you are from the sun, that can produce light and produce salt. So the sun can make you sweat, right? So you can produce if you work, and then it says that faith without works is dead. So if you have a faith and you work it and you prove it, and they can barcode you during COVID-19 now that very strict, then you have a real proof, you have a real story to the Facebook that you can show that it's your own, mind your own business, and prove it to the public. So now is especially if you go to the immigration, of course, carry your own name and prove it, your own documents that really you, and you have a name that really identify that really you are the owner of the Facebook and the owner of the book and the owner of the phone if they will scan you to the immigration. Because now is I remember my lawyer in Commission on Election in Philippines in Baguio City when when I was issuing about my passport, you know, my old passport, because I'm already how many years now as OFW is I start 2004 until now is 2020. So how many passport now? So how many country I went already also, and every time the checking of the police immigration, the question is, how come you don't have a ring? And I was only asked by the immigration in Malaysia first when I was a tourist to looking for a job in Singapore. So first when I came here is a tourist visa, and of course a tourist must show that you have a money, and you have also you know, you prove it that you have a bank like that. And the time is I was a tourist only when I exit to Malaysia, and the immigration says the police, how come you don't have ring? So I said because of my religion. But I never show this. The only question in the immigration is very fast. If you answer yes or no only, so that they know. And then the police says in Malaysia last time is, why do you don't have ring? I said I'm married. And then I say, then how come you're in the computer is you are single? And I said, I'm married. Where's your ring? I never use a ring. So that's the main only. That is the question only, quick, and they already, and then you can already go to go and tour in Singapore. So I entered in Singapore carried with a single document, and then after a few years, and then I have already employer legal with a work permit, and many already employers from the start is I have employer. I remember that place is in 58 Portchester in Serangoon Garden. That is my first employer here in Singapore, and that was Indonesian Chinese and very strict. I finished my contract there, but a lot. The first that you have experienced that bitter experience, the more you become strong, right? So a person that they say that pain is gain. Those people that really a lot of experience already, that you experiment become a success, you will be a successor. You know, there are people that if they experiment already that they are failure, they will not again do it in a second time, you know. But for me is the more I became my experience to all my employers, because employers are not the same. There are good employers, there are also bad employers, and there are also employers that only use, you can see that they are like only plastic, you know, but that in front of you they're good, but at your back they're doing something. So also those are not only employer, also the friends that you are facing sometimes, or those are the same with your religion, they do that. So now it's individual. So if you're going to be tested, you know, COVID-19 is not a joke now, you know. The always last time the month of March and April is very risky to go out, very risky, you know, very, and it makes people really you know, it's like a horror, you know, very scary. But last time it's not so much about the barcoding. They just say, show it to me your passport, like that. They do that here in Singapore. To the other country, if I go out last time, I experienced here only in Singapore very strict, you know. And that time is I'm using my phone from America, but now I have my new phone now that I bought here in Singapore. So to use for the barcode, for the high tech, because now is mostly phone. They want the contact tracing and identity of your Facebook and real name and real face, so that they can say that you are the one going out to be safe and to go back again to your assign that you have a contract only for 2 years. So the one, because I'm not a permanent resident here in Singapore, I'm a Filipina, so I'm saying really in the public, because my passport, I'm only a OFW, I'm only a host in Singapore, as the same also in Brazil last time. So my passport is Philippines, but the authority is in Brazil. So now is the topic is about prove it that you can produce light, and you can produce also salt, and then prove it that you are a servant, that really it will shine. if you are a servant, they know the distinguish, they can distinguish. How come you are very different from the other Filipina? You know, I'm just saying Filipina because I don't say other nationalities, foreign domestic worker, because the topic is Philippines. Okay, so if those also wants also to share here in Singapore, that they also share to their Facebook, then prove it their banner, and then share it also if really they have Bible. They have Bible and then their religion, because my religion is I have baptism Seventh Adventist Reform Movement. So the main now is it says here the channel of divine relation, God to Christ, to angel, to the prophet, to people. Read in Revelation 1 verse 1. It says here in Revelation 1 verse 1, the revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants, which must shortly come to pass. And he sent a significant by his angel unto his servant John. So only one. So there's two kinds of John that was elect as a symbol of a woman, or naka-address to the church. It means has an identity, has a passport. So prove it during COVID-19 now, barcoding Facebook, right? So you can show now to the public if really the religion that you have presenting as a Seventh Adventist Reform Movement is they have a servant, or it already shine to the world. That is the mission of Seventh Adventist Reform Movement. Since there was since Jesus Christ went ascend to heaven, it says here in 1844, right? So you will see here. I'm not a pastor, okay, but I was only a tax. I studied in the Northern Luzon Adventist College as they in Artachosis, Pangasinan, but I was studied also in the Bible Missionary Training School of Seventh Adventist Reform Movement, and I know to use Bible. So it says here, and I want to show here about those don't believe in the Bible, so they don't believe. So please, they don't never comment or they never say something because they don't have knowledge. So those really have a Bible, they believe Bible, then they understand what I'm saying. Where is that now? I just want to express and I want to show to the public is about the Jesus Christ went okay, ascend. Where is that part? Is it here? Oh yeah, there. It was separated here. Yeah, page 100, page 23. Okay, 23. There you go. Unto 2,300 days, then shall the sanctuary be cleansed. October 1844. So there, and that was October 22, and that was autumn, right? So here. So you know this. So what is the year now? 2020. So when will the earth be cleansed? So when will the earth will be give a proclamation about the light, about the diet to be strict, because mostly attack with the COVID-19 is China, right? Because of diet. They are uneducated, or they are hidden, means they don't know the law of God, they don't know the Bible. So those are hidden nations, means they are uncivilized, or they are godless, lack of the word of God, they don't know Bible. So there are the countries of China, Russia, Japan, and India. So they don't know the law of God. So I am a Filipina, to say to the public, and they never misinterpret that they say, oh, the one speaking, yung nagsasalita lahi namin. So, prove it. If they are saying that is not true, then the plague will strike them, Cain. So, in the public of Singapore, if you're speaking that you're speaking not true, is they will caught you and be fined 10,000 Singapore dollar. So, I'm speaking real with proof. Even the police will come, or the police federal in America or in Philippines, I can prove it. And I'm speaking honestly, sincerely to the public because it's real. So mind your own business. It's about my personal things and my personal channel of my YouTube, SDARM, OFW, Elma Liza Ramento Reyes with a passport. That it's my own business that I can speak, and it's my own. I prove my banner, and I prove to share the light and the salt of the word, because sun can produce a sweat. Okay, so now is we're going to Matthew 25 verse 13. I already read that one about the 10 virgins, and Psalms 119 verse 135 is the servant must light shine to the word. And Matthew 5 verse 13 to 17, we will read the Matthew 5. Okay, we will read the Matthew 5 verse 13 to 17. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt has lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. Ye are the light of the world, and a city that is set on the hill cannot be hid. So now, I'm waving like that now, raise your flag. So raise also your passport, Be humble as a lamb, I'm only a servant in real. So, and I have my ID here in Singapore. So raise your flag. So cannot be hid. Now it's barcoding. They will check everything, the documents of our real servants. So now it says here, neither do men light a candle and put it under the bushel, but on the candlestick, and it will giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light to so shine before men, that ye may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. So I'm showing now. So in the battle of the Armageddon also, there is only one tongue, that it will separate the goat and the lamb. Okay, so in Matthew 25 verse 32 to 34, read that verse, and you must know already the one who was select and chosen to be sacrificed is the blood of the lamb, Jesus Christ. That is the history of redemption. Okay, so because the lamb, how come they say the goat also is vegetarian, eating also grass, and the lamb also is like that, but how come the hair is different already, right? So hair means hair in Filipino, my dialect is book. If you write it the buok, so you must have proof your Facebook, you are using Bible, your religion. So now here it says here, I continue in Matthew 5 verse 16, let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophet. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth shall find until there. Matthew 5 verse 13 to 17. So those really has a religion, prove it their work, that really if there are really servant, they have a passport, and they have a work permit to be barcode, and phone now is barcoding. You just barcode your phone like that, barcode. And now is if you pass to the immigration, they never check about this, what is your course, your degree, or they will say, oh, they will not ask, you are a Bachelor of Science of Iridology. No, never. They never ask that. They ask is about the birth certificate, your tax declaration, that you are really a legal or legit was born in Philippines, your citizenship. So in heaven also, a baptism, if you are already registered on earth and then you are faithful and honest and excellent of everything you do. In Philippians 1 verse 8 to 10, read that part. It's very nice, you know. And I will read in Philippians, so that those don't have Bible, they are just listening, but please don't comment or don't anyhow understand by their own without knowing Bible, because it's danger. So those who has a Bible, then read their Bible and listen what I'm saying, and then open also their Bible to prove. Philippians 1 verse 8 to 10, it says, "For God is my record, how greatly I long after you all in the powers of Jesus Christ. And this I pray, that your love may abound yet more and more in the knowledge and in all judgment, that ye may be approved things that are excellent, that ye may be sincere and without offense till the day of Christ." Jesus Christ, we are waiting when 1844, Jesus ascend in heaven, right? So now is, when will Jesus come? So we are waiting, we are prepared. So there is only a signal light, you know. The signal light will show there is a it's like those driving on the way, right? There are expert drivers. They know to identify the light. There is always go, means go, already is green. So if they are readying also yellow, so they will stop already, means red. So you must follow the rules on the road, so that there will be no accident, or they will take your license, and then you will be punished or be caned or to be jailed if you don't know the land authority, you know, those travelers on earth. So also those, everything now is need passport identity. If you really are universal identity, this, but those only staying in the country only as ID only, but passport now is universal. So even I go America or Asia, passport barcoding. So now is near already my work, because I work here in Singapore. I start already to work. I, you know, already all my post, you know, also my already my work here as a OFW, as a servant, is must wake up early. So early to bed should be and early to rise, like that. So American time is always like that, but some in Singapore is some will be late, and mostly American time really is, they follow the time, American time, early to bed, early to rise. So I like mostly American time, because I was trained in Philippines with my parents that we always wake up early to have a worship during the early morning, and also night we have a worship circle, a family circle, and we read Bible as like this. This is now real worship to the public, that they are listening to me. I'm a solo, I'm alone here to my place that I to rest also the whole night, but this is now a literal worship to share, and you can listen what I'm also talking, but this is my personal, so that's why I will just also save it and share to my personal Facebook. So now is so I already shown about raise your flag, okay, prove your own work. So and I have a passport, and prove your light, and produce your light, produce your soul, and also prove it that you are a servant, that you have a legit registered in Singapore, that really you are a servant to be scanned, and you have your own channel, because the channel, it's all TV has a channel, so right, they will just choose whatever they want their channel to watch. So for me is this is a simple my personal, so I can share it. And what else to say to the public? The channel of divine revelation, God to Christ, to angel, to prophet, to people. This is Revelation 1 verse 1. So remember that those people wants to stand to the public as a symbol of a true church. Then prove it to the public that if really they are already aim that they have one passport, because a lot of Filipinos OFW, the son of woman went on the moon, so now is with identity. So prove it to the passport. If you read already this one, Revelation 12 verse 1, we will read. Okay, I will read it before I will just go and prepare also to bath and to work now. This is my face, very simple. Remember those sayings, Seventh-day Adventist Reform Movement with baptism, those really true. Okay, those really we have got baptism member already, because if they not yet baptized, they are not member. So those are legit. It's like also those working in Singapore, they are legit. They have also a work permit, and those really registered that they have a legal entering to other countries, they have a passport identity. So I'm Elma Liza Ramento Reyes, a Seventh Adventist Reform Movement, a vegetarian. What I'm eating is vegetarian. I never eat eggs, milk of the cow, and what else, the others. I'm a pure vegetarian, so I just only use oil with olive oil, those nature. So that's simple, I can share. And I was last time a victim of a breast cancer, but I still survived within 6 months. So I'm happy I'm still here to share about health. Health is wealth. So I'm an iridologist and a caregiver. I duty last time in Sun Love Homes in Singapore. So I know those are already in the hospice. Those are already hopeless people that even the last of their breath, they want also a person to take care for them, and to share that they are still, even they are already hopeless, you can still share for them the last hour of their breath, that they will be happy also. So now is COVID-19 is, sometimes if the person is unlucky, they will caught and they will die already because of the virus, strong virus, you know. And those also, they know the health and they are safe. They know the warning, right? So now is a Seventh-day Adventist Reform Movement, a real vegetarian, and they are very simple. You see, I never pluck my eyebrow, and very simple face. We never put those cosmetics. You prove it to yourself now, those Asia and America. So, and we never use earrings, necklace, and we never put nail polish. Okay, and we don't have any, I just use only time to know my time, when will I stop and where will I will start to work, and what time I end, because of the contract I must follow. Okay, and that's all I want to say about the rules of the Seventh Adventist Reform. Those saying that, oh, that's my religion, I'm also member there, then prove it that the Seventh Adventist Reform Movement is real. I'm now here in Singapore. There is no choice of SDARM here. There is no, only me as a servant is a Seventh Adventist Reform Movement here in Singapore. So I'm a vegetarian. I was working here in Hillcrest Villa, Singapore. So, but I don't want to say anything to my employer about their names. This is my personal, so mind your own business. So this is only my channel, so I will share it, and I have a souvenir if wherever I go again, because we don't know, because our life is, the only permanent thing is our family, right? In this world is, there is no permanent on this world, only family. Okay, only my mother and my father, and then of course you will go back because you love them, your mother and your father. That is a permanent. But some also other people that they say they love more their husband than their mother already, or their father. But for me is, I love more my parents, because they really sacrifice for me. I'm not like this without my parents. So now is a month of is still month of July. My father was born on July 16, the greatest earthquake last time in Baguio, when I was working still there in Baguio. My first day should be, I go to school, my first day should be that day, Monday, but it struck the greatest earthquake last time in Philippines. That was 1990, yeah, of July 16. So the greatest earthquake that shook the Philippines. But the greatest earthquake, the record is the Lisbon earthquake, the 1755, right? So if Jesus will come, the Parousia, okay, the Parousia means here, the Parousia is the Parousia, the return of Christ in glory, literally the coming, an event that the first Christians believed to be close at hand. So So literal, those really believing Bible, they are waiting for that. So who are prepared? So they know the 10 Commandments, if really they are perfect. As a rehearsal now on earth, especially COVID now, they are checking now identity. The person will stand with a passport. Have you already opened your Facebook and prove it that you have a passport, that really you have a story in 42 months that you are a Filipina with a flag, and you have a baptism that you are SDARM, and then you went in Brazil, the moon, and prove it your story as a servant that it can light. Psalms 119 verse 135, that you have a real light and you know the 10 Commandments. So prove it, those has a religion and saying, that's my story, then this is my story, personal. So mind your own business, and I just only show it to the public, because if they want to prove it also and produce their own story, then produce it by their barcoding Facebook passport, if they are really, and they can show also the son of woman, okay, went on the moon, Brazil, with identity, a passport. Okay, good morning, and I just want to say that those SDARM pastors, I must say that may God bless them, and then that time now of COVID, I must ask God that more knowledge to them, because now is a lot now of you know, those are entering also, that be careful, those are religion that they are using also the logo. You know, the logo of Islam is wings, because the symbol of Babylon is eagle and lion, you know, the eagle and lion. If you open the passport of Philippines, is eagle and lion, the symbol of Babylon, you know. So because Matthew 1 verse 1 to 17, that is the history of Jesus Christ. Even you read in Matthew 1 verse 17, read, open with me, those as a Christian, they are saying they have a religion. Matthew 1 verse 1 and 17, the book of the generation Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Verse 17, so all the generations from Abraham to David, and the 14th generation, and from David until the carrying away into Babylon, and the 14th generation, and from the carrying away into Babylon unto Christ at the 14th generation. So if you studied ideologies, you know the pattern of the zone of the eye. The last hour is 12, and the first hour, you know the exact army time. So I already shared to my Facebook, that's why the mission of the 70 is the disciples. So we are now about, the woman will be the one also, the front line only, servant to shine, and then she will carry the disciples. So now is many now wants to fight the last battle between good and evil. There are people that are pretending also that I use the logo of Islam, but I don't have baptism. So it will be caught and will go to the jail and became also, or caught with the plague. If scanning now, especially now also COVID-19, right? They will scan, swab the nose if positive, or the blood. Right now is show it, prove it, if you are really vegetarian and you have very simple, and prove everything now. So now is the time. I also saying that COVID-19 is a blessing, because it's checking everything. Prove it to the public that really you can already produce your own story, that you have already experiment and became success, as I shown to my Instagram. I use my name, the Elma Liza Ramento, and my profile is the same with my Facebook, this one. So this is me, Elma Liza Ramento Reyes, SDARM OFW. This is my YouTube channel, and I will share now to my Facebook. Good morning, and have a pleasant morning. That's why they say if they have an interview, they say that if employer will interview, they say that I want is smart maid, and I want also a domestic helper, smart, and they say most mostly the one that I already, because I have a lot of experiences now since 2004 to 2020 now. So they say that if the interview is, I want a person that a lot of experiences, not only Asian but also American style. So the way of cooking, the way of time, timing, to take care of children, to take care of pets, dogs, to take care, because a lot of experience, and go marketing, the area of the places, and how to cook. I'm a vegetarian, but I know how to cook the way those non-vegetarians. So, but to taste is, I smell and must know. So be smart, So I'm a SDARM OFW, so I know. But now my duty now is here in Singapore is mostly is cleaning and about the pets, to look for the pets, but sometimes only the children. But staying in the house of my employer now is, I'm a Filipina, so I can show my flag. So I'm a Filipina, Elma Liza Ramento Reyes. So they can stand also, they can also check to the immigration that I'm saying correctly and excellent, and also to the government of Singapore, and also those federal that looking at me in Dantulo, Fugu, in Sao Paulo, Brazil. They know me well because of the authority of Brazil, and those also in National Bureau of Investigation in Philippines. Before you have up, they can check also everything, my documents, since the beginning until they know who am I. So those also have a story, prove it, the story, and I'm saying correctly and honestly and excellent that those have taking a passport must show really their personal. So the question of the immigration last time in Malaysia is, why you don't have ring? The same also in America. When I was there, the police says, why you don't have ring? So the SDARM never use ring. Those really Seventh-day Adventist Reform movement, and they are vegetarian, and they never put those, a lot of the very simple, the SDARM OFW. Okay, so this is me. So good morning.